Chapter 1, Mindset of Big Ticket Client. There are two key questions to ask when it comes to big ticket clients. Why are big ticket clients willing to pay more than average clients? What makes them different from average clients? There are two main reasons: affordability and quality. Simply said, they purchase the high-end product due to its exceptional quality and they can afford it. Let me ask you a question: if affordability is not a problem at all, will you purchase a product with the best quality or value? Definitely yes. Mindset number 1, big ticket clients buy due to jealousy. Yes, that's a secret arsenal for you. Instill jealousy in your customers. Do you think one Lamborghini will be enough for the rich? Or do you think they will buy another Ferrari and Bugatti to crowd their exotic collections? Why one is just not enough for them? Answer is they want to be seen as the richest guy on the planet by owning the most amount of exotic cars compared to their peers. This is just an example for reference. Same goes to your products or services. If you manage to trigger jealousy among your clients, your revenues will go boom. Mindset number 2, big ticket clients buy only from experts. Firstly, they already see you as an expert before they got in contact with you. So don't make the mistake of hard selling yourself on the phone, as you will only look cheap that way. With the price they are paying, they expect you to help them produce fast results in their ventures. In a nutshell, high-paying clients think of you as an expert and want to see top-notch results from you. That justifies the price they are willing to pay. Mindset number 3, big ticket pay attention to value before they invest their money in you. It's all about looking at your values. This is what makes big ticket clients different from the average. They don't buy first, evaluate later. They evaluate first, before making the big purchase. How do they evaluate? By looking at your values, which we will discuss more in future topics. But in a nutshell, values are demonstrated by you through many ways. It can be from your free online coaching, trial sessions, social media posts, helpfulness in forums, giving advices to those who ask for it for free. Even simple Facebook profile picture and banner demonstrates your value. How to attract big ticket clients? It's a well-known fact that big ticket clients are harder to attract and retain, compared to customers for lower ticket products or services. This is largely due to the high costs involved. People rarely like to take that much of a risk. So, how exactly do you attract big ticket clients? Here's how. Tips number 1, branding. Brand your product to the point when someone mentions your name, your company's name, or just by simply looking at your logo, they get the picture of what you are sampling and the supreme quality you are able to deliver. Be it personal or business branding, the better and more lasting good impression you give out to your audiences, the more high-paying clients you attract. How to do high-end branding? You must paint yourself as an authority in your field. People has to know you as someone who over-delivers, someone who provides incredible values and services, someone who cares, someone who knows his stuff, and someone who can help them get results. Tip number 2, create an exceptional experience. Brand yourself as a rock star instead of just some other guy trying to make money. We don't want our clients to just like our products, we want them to be raving fans. To do that, you have to deliver a concert-like experience to your high-ticket clients. Tip number 3, be confident. It can be quite intimidating to sell a high-ticket product to high-end clients. In order to have confidence, you must really do your homework. And to prove that you have done your homework, you should share your content with them for free. That's how you attract high-paying clients. How to position yourself as an expert. Tip number 1, don't be afraid to introduce yourself as an expert. Own it. Be confident and shout it to the world that you are good at what you do and you can produce the results for your clients. Define your expertise and create an expert intro for yourself. Be bold and clear. Chances are, there are certain topics that you are good at, that 95% of people out there don't know. It could be signing, marketing skills, writing skills, or any other skills that you know you have. Sharpen that skill and you'll be an expert in no time. Tip number 2: share your story. To further establish yourself as an expert, always be sure to share your story. You never want to be known as a fake expert with no credibility at all, right? Your own success story acts as a backing for others to put their trust on you, so share it with the world. If you are a fitness coach, you can share your own success stories of transforming your own body from A to Z, providing pictures from day 1 to day 90. You can also share success stories of your clients, how you help them from A to Z. These are your credibility story. Tip number 3: play hard to get. We must also understand the human psychology to win the game. Notice that the harder it is to get something, the more we value it. It's just human nature. So, while you should be available to your audience most of the time, you also shouldn't be too available to the point where others take you for granted. Tip number 4: be a superstar. Think about it. What is the common thing all superstars you know have in common? They are always portrayed on media, whether it's on the radio, television, websites, magazines, blogs, advertisements, anywhere to get your attention. Likewise, we need to think of ourselves as superstars. Get on podcasts, radio, seminars, webinars, blogs, websites, anywhere to get attention from your prospects. I totally understand that working with media can be overwhelming, so start small. Email small blogs in your industry. Contact local radio stations or newspapers that serve small markets. Reach out to friends who have contacts in the industry. As you build your portfolio, bigger opportunities will emerge. How to further establish yourself as expert. Tip number 1: associate with successful personals. You become who you associate with on a daily basis. Think about it. If you mingle with friends who are depressed, negative-minded, vulgar, etc., you'll become one of them too. No matter how positive person you are, do you think you can keep that positivity of yours up with such individuals around you for a month? A week? Or even a day is enough to drag you down to their level. So I bet that you already get my message. To attain success, associate with success. You can also gain the same respect and status just by associating with the leaders in your industry. If you mingle with superstars or people with authority, the perception others for you is that you must also be an authority. Among other things you can do to associate with authorities, you can interview them, write guest posts for them, review their products, work with them, or invite them to speak at your live or digital events. Tip number 2: gather testimonials and endorsements. Send an email to your list about the effects your work had on them. Reach out to colleagues, asking them to offer an endorsement of your expertise. Offer free coaching sessions to people willing to be part of a before and after case study to be featured on your site or blog. These are special proofs that serve as the most powerful expert triggers to attract big-ticket clients. They serve to strengthen the credibility you have and make you an authority in the eye of your clients. So instead of waiting for it to fall into your lap, take an active role and gather as many honest and compelling testimonials as you can. The truth about demonstrating value. Have you ever asked yourself this question: why do you think customers buy from you? Well, they buy based on 3 things: your influence, credibility, and value that you are demonstrating. People buying from you is a form of transference of trust. They trust you, thus they buy from you. So if you want to attract big-ticket clients to buy from you, you need to gain their trust. How? Demonstrating your value. In short, the more value you offer, the more trust you gain. By demonstrating values, you also position yourself as an authority. The platforms you can use to demonstrate your values are limitless. It can be on your websites, social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and other forums. Secrets to demonstrating value: refrain from promoting products relentlessly. I don't always promote my webinars or products in every single post every day. Instead, I write posts or even upload videos that provide values to my audiences for free more often. I give them tips and advices without costing them a single dime. In fact, I can actually charge them for such invaluable advice, but I didn't. So why I didn't? I wanted to provide value, so that people who engage my posts will have a wow experience, and deep inside they might ask, wow, how this guy can give away such invaluable information out for free. Bingo. This is it. Listen, anyone who engages your post is a lead. Leads are potential clients. These are the people we are trying to attract. So when they share or like what we posted, their friends can see them, and the same cycle continues. Guess what? It snowballs, meaning more leads. I'd like to call this the snowballing effect. However, we must also be relevant to the industry we're in when providing value. For example, if you are a fitness coach, you might not want to post about relationship advice. Why do big ticket clients are those who are willing to pay you more for your time. In other words, they are not just any average customer, they are willing to pay double, triple, or even 50 times more than what you would earn from average customers at the same amount of time invested. It is a great time saver. By now I hope that you realize that one big thing about big ticket is leverage. Let me ask you a question, which one is easier? Making one $1,000 sale or 10 $100 sales? Guess you already know the answer, right? So, do big ticket. Each of us only have 24 hours a day. No more, no less. So we must be vigilant with how we make use of our time. Qualifying clients by targeting big ticket. You only need to talk to prospects that can afford your services instead of trying to entertain everyone. So how do you pull that off? The answer is by qualifying the prospects you come in contact with. Not just simply qualifying, but qualifying hard. That's the secret of how you close most of your deals. Qualify hard, close easy. So how do you qualify them? First, know who you want to work with crystal clear. These are some questions you can ask yourself. Are they the kind of people you are willing to work with? Are they determined to follow through your coaching advice? Are they financially qualified to purchase your products/services? Do they have the burning desire to achieve their goals? With all these, I sincerely hope that I managed to convince you to take action and start targeting big ticket. Chapter 2, HighTicket Program. Group coaching. Group coaching is basically a training program with multiple clients at the same time. Your client will need to pay a fee to attend your coaching sessions. Scaling your coaching price to the right amount allows you to have a lifestyle business. Depends on your own personal expenses where you could endure your lifestyle basis. You may repurpose your content into a digital product using webinar group coaching as long as you provide sufficient information. It is easy for you to convince your customers with digital product content. However, there will be a time group coaching could be very crucial, as it may be less impactful as you need to entertain more clients rather than one-to-one coaching. Your client won't get to spend personal, one-on-one time with you. As a coach, even though group coaching gives your clients the opportunity to share their business insights, but still some of your clients might be shy to share the details about their business or problems that they are facing. There are various platforms that you can use in conducting your own group coaching. First platform that you can use is freeconferencecall.com. It offers a free service to meet your meeting or conference call needs. It allows you to have a basic, yet easy means of conducting your group coaching sessions. Next, you can go for Citrix GoToMeeting web conferencing software. This is one of the platforms you could consider as well. It is a simple and cost-effective platform to connect online with your clients. Your clients may share their webcams in high definition so you can interact with them without any complicated setup. The ability to switch presenters during meeting make it different with other software. The most importantly is that by using GoToMeeting you can share screens, talk, and video conference without too much of difficulty. Other than that, you can consider using Google Hangouts. It allows you to host virtual meetings which can help increase your group's productivity with coaching that hold up to 10 people and powerful tools like screen sharing and Google Docs. A plugin still needs to be downloaded for voice and video messaging to work. Facebook group or Skype group also could be used as a platform for you to keep track of different groups. Group members can participate in chats, upload photos to shared albums and even collaborate on group docs. Furthermore, making common connections is much easier through a group setting, particularly for businesses searching for contacts. As an alternative, Skype group also the best option for you to do group coaching. It is not only easy to install, but when you subscribe to Skype, it is free with unlimited minutes. So you could enjoy doing video conferences with your clients. So, how do you conduct group coaching sessions? First things first, you need to set a weekly appointment for your client to get on call with you. This is to make sure that your clients are aware about their coaching session. As a coach, you need to be ready at least 5 minutes before the conference time. This allows you to have some time to invite your clients to join your session. Next, don't forget to record your session, as some of your clients might not be able to attend the session. Plus, you could give it for those who wants to review your sessions again. But remember, you might provide them with agreement before you decided to record the whole sessions. Lastly, don't forget to get a call with each of your client asking them about what are their accomplishments in this past week. You need to be committed in doing follow-up so that you could create a proper atmosphere with your client. Ask them in advance what their current challenges are so that in less than 10 to 15 minutes, you could provide them with the best solutions. Don't just do this with just one of your clients, do it with everyone in your group coaching session. This is to make sure that you build a good rapport with your clients, and at the same time, you will decrease the unwanted feeling from your clients. One-on-one coaching. It is very easy to start and deliver with just a single client. You can do your coaching using the internet such as Skype, WhatsApp, Google Hangouts, or phone call, as it is very easy, plus free, and you don't need to search and arrange for a venue. You can easily offer a high price compared to group coaching. But, one-on-one consulting will take more of your time, as it is more too personal, more in-depth in dealing with problems and solutions. When you do one-on-one coaching sessions, your clients will share their personal problems, and it could be problems that you never dealt with before. What you should do is politely redirect back to the main focus of the coaching session to ensure your client doesn't dwell on personal problems for too long. It will make your work easier, as if your client are on the other side of the world, as you may use Skype or phone calls as a medium for you to conduct your weekly or monthly sessions. Additionally, now you can conduct international calls wherever you are. If you are constantly making calls to mobiles and landlines, it is better to subscribe to Skype to save up your money. You can use GoToMeeting or Google Hangouts if you need to share files or documents when you are on your video conference. It is more convenient as you are conducting your consultations with single platform. Firstly, what you need to do in conducting your one-on-one coaching is, for each weekly appointment, always give a call to your client that attending the one-on-one coaching session to make sure that your client could arrange their date with your coaching session. Secondly, you need to get on call 5 minutes before conference time. This is to ensure your client is ready. Thirdly, always record every coaching session for your client who wants to review the sessions again. You must provide with agreement form before you record any coaching session, as it for the development purposes only. Last but not least, for each take on your client in the call, just emphasize on these 4 basic steps into your one-on-one coaching sessions. A good one-on-one session revolves around your client. When you have a proper atmosphere, your client will feel more comfortable to share their problems and share their feedback with you. One-on-ones are driven by your client, therefore the agenda allows your client to prepare what he or she wants to discuss with you. Offer the best solutions that suit the current issues that are being addressed by your client. Always emphasize on certain points to ensure your client truly understands the significance to make his or her next course of action. Done for you. It is always an option for you to offer your support in helping out your clients when they are facing issues on getting certain things done. When your client does not have enough time to manage their issues, or having problems with tracking their budget, or when there are too much tasks at hand, this is where you offer your services to help them out. The value that you gain from your clients depends on how much you could do for your clients are the best that could define done for you. The higher the demands of your clients, the higher the price that you could demand from them to help them get things done. However, there will always be a limitation. Even you think that you could generate more profits with a done-for-you program. It depends on the amount of resources that you get from your clients. You'll need to discuss things with your client first and be sure that the task is limited to a certain standard. The efforts and commitment are needed in order for you to complete the task if the demands are higher. Most clients have issues on setting up, especially on their site, contents, and designs. It is a really good thing if you could offer your services to your clients to fulfill all the things that they needed. When it comes to setting up websites, you need to decide which platform to use. You can use WordPress as a medium for you to manage your content. It is more user-friendly in building websites and you could manage your online content by your own. Next, you could come up with your own domain name like yoursitename.com, and host a service that connects to the internet. It is better for you to use your own domain name rather than using others' domain name. In web hosting and domain registrar, it is better for you to choose bluehost.com as it is affordable. Other than that, when it comes to content creation and copywriting, not everyone has time to get it done. This is where you have the skill to make it done and faster. Sales funnels, social media marketing, content marketing, lead generations are an example of content that you could offer to your client. Chapter 3, Webinar. First of all, do you know what is a webinar? Webinar is a live educational presentation that usually happens online. It allows participants in different locations to watch the presenter ask questions and sometimes answer polls. Additionally, marketers rated webinars as the third most effective content marketing tactic of all. Webinars can be as simple as MP3 recordings or as complex as video presentations that you create and upload to a webinar hosting service. Why run webinars? You might be wondering why webinars are very effective. First of all, webinars involve the immersion of its audience. No other tactic offers attendees the experience of interacting with the content so thoroughly for 30 to 60 minutes. Besides that, the live audience can ask the presenter questions and participate in the conversation with peers even more easily than physical environment. Next reason, webinars provides people with real-time content. Extra relevant resources like files or web links are easily provided to the audience during the webinar. This will give you added benefit of delivering the planned content as well as offering attendees real-time content to move them through the marketing funnel faster. Webinars allow for detailed and real-time behavior lead scoring. The rich and interactive experience of a webinar gives marketers a wealth of information about attendees that exist in form of a behavior or engagement score. Webinars are considered cost-effective for both marketers and content consumers. It is less expensive than organizing live events and offers a much wider reach due to their virtual presence. Recorded webinar content continues to exist for consumption after the webinar can increase its cost-effectiveness. Moreover, webinar can increase exposure for your business. It can used be as tool to present your offer to your audience at large. Since videos increase people's understanding of your product or service by 74%, having a webinar on explaining the virtues of your product can have a huge impact on how people view what your company is providing more than simple advertising copy. A simple but important reason to run a webinar is the convenience it provides. Conducting webinars allow you to connect with an international audience without having them to leave their home. Lastly, you will be able to give more credibility to your ideas through a webinar. Running webinars allows you and your audience who are watching to understand your concepts and establish agreements. Webinars are particularly effective in bringing people's perspective together. This allows for an evolution of ideas to come about instead of it being stuck on an echo chamber in board meetings full of yes men. Webinars with high conversion formula. One of the most important factors in your webinar success is the work you put into designing your deck of slides. When it comes to a webinar, your slides are not your visual aids anymore. They are the visuals. You need to build your webinar slide deck accordingly and logically. The introduction of your webinar should at least contain the title slide with your webinar title, your name, and your photograph. You will need to explain to people who are new to webinars on how a webinar works. Next is to include an overview slide early in your webinar so participants will know how your content is arranged. They can see your points and they can mentally track your progress during the webinar. Aside from that, it is also important to structure the slides of your main content in a logical sequence. This is for your main points to flow easily and it makes sense to your audiences. Next up is audience interaction. Do not wait until the end of your webinar for audience interaction. As your preparation, design specific points for interaction and show slides at those points to prompt your audience. When you plan to stop for question, insert a Q&A slide in your presentation to this point so it is clear to the audience that you are waiting. Of course, you can stop for questions at other times depending on your audience needs and the flow of the webinar. When you stop for an audience poll, insert a slide with the poll question on it. For this slide, briefly describe the poll and then launch the poll in the webinar software. This is better than launching the poll immediately because you get the chance to add any specific instruction before people respond to the poll. The start and end of the presentation can be the most memorable sections for many people. Hence, plan your concluding slides carefully to reinforce your main message and encourage your participants to take action. If your webinar ends with a specific action plan, show a slide summarizing that plan so you can talk through it step by step. Some webinars do not end with a specific action plan because their main purpose is to inform. If this is the case, use the slide to ask each participant to reflect on the webinar and decide what action they will take. If a webinar is planned without audience engagement, it is more likely your audiences will be checking Facebook, emails, or doing something else. To avoid this fate, ask for everyone's first name and recognize them. This is a smart way to set an interactive tone from the start and also let your audience know that you are a live person presenting to them instead of a recording. You will be amazed at how much more interaction you will get if you try this simple technique at the start. Secondly is to answer questions and acknowledge comments as you go. Keep an eye on the Q&A and answer relevant questions or acknowledge a comment as you go. Besides, you can ask the audiences about their experience and input. If you can get them to personally relate to your topic, they will be more likely to remember your webinar content. If you want to increase your webinar attendance conversion rate, you need to do some preparations for webinar registration. Allow me to tell you the do's and don'ts during the registration. First, do use the event details page as your landing page because people will be touching down on your registration site from a brief email. Next, do boost your attendance rate by spending time to create a well thought out confirmation landing page for registration. On the flip side, do not create a massive registration form. There will be too many fields to fill out, can be a turn off for potential registrants. Do not use such form names as admin, webinar registration, or something equally generic and unidentifiable. Do not use the name of the webinar organizer unless that person is very well known to your audiences. Half the battle is getting registrants to open the confirmation email. Factors to consider when choosing a webinar platform. Choosing a webinar technology vendor is extremely important for meeting your long-term program goals. Once you have a clear idea of your program goals, here are some qualities to consider as you search for an appropriate vendor. The first thing you need to look at is the basic functionality. You will want to think about how many webinar production hosts you will need on your account and how many presenters, hosts, or moderators you may need during each webinar. Some platforms allow for multiple people to have host or speaker rights simultaneously and some only allow for one at a time. If you expect to require a large number of hosts throughout your organization, it may make sense to choose a platform that allows an unlimited number of hosts. Webinar platforms are typically sold by webinar room capacity. The larger the room capacity, the more expensive the room. Keep in mind that on average only 30%-40% of registrants for non-paid webinars will attend. You will need to consider the interactive functionality too. If interactivity and memorability is important to you, choose the platform that provides the best options for flexibility and creativity. All in all, pick a webinar platform that gives the broadest reach across all devices and understand will attendees' experience on each of those devices. Secondly, you will need to take note of specific needs and customization. Consider the convenience and time savings of content persistence. How much easier will your life be if the content you upload to a webinar room remains as you left them indefinitely? This is a critical time saver for rehearsals and for repeating events. Recording your webinar is extremely important for both attendees and non-attendees, and there are 3 areas to consider regarding this feature. First, consider strong editing capabilities which will enhance the looks of the final recording. Second, ensure that you are able to track viewership of recordings that is accessible via mobile devices. Lastly, find for platforms that provide recordings that keep track of interactive functionalities such as polls, web links, and file downloads live within the recording. Do you want to track the source of your registrants? If so, ensure that the vendor easily enables you to promote and track campaign sources. Look into the engagement measurement and tracking of each platform and understand how each platform measures engagement. Most platforms provide a sort of lead scoring tool based on demographics collected during registration and attendance. Keeping tabs on the leads based on behavior during a webinar provides a huge increase in lead conversion for your sales team. Look for platforms that help you track on behavior beyond simple demographics. This can include information such as files downloaded, poll answers, questions asked, and more. Automating your webinar. Unlike live webinar telecasts, automated webinars run unattended. Stealth seminars can present automated webinars that play at times you designate. It allows hybrid webinars that start off automated and, when they end, they allow you to participate live. You will find it useful when you don't have time to present a webinar and you would like to interact with attendees when it is over. Aside from Stealth Seminar, EverWebinar is a powerful webinar automation tool that aims to help you build email marketing lists with a purpose. It can schedule webinar to replay at set times throughout the day, i.e. every hour. You can also stop playing your webinar through the night to keep the illusion of live webinars realistic. EverWebinar can also automatically set your webinar plays to different time zones, so you only have to schedule things once. On the surface, it is a great idea to pre-record, but there are some flaws you should be aware of before you dive in head first. If you've advertised a live webinar, presenting a recorded one can make people feel like they have been tricked, and that's never good. One way you can overcome this is to record the webinar with a live audience so you replicate the feeling of a live call as much as you can. Plus, don't advertise webinars as live if it's not. The wonder of a webinar as a sales tool is that it feels educational. But with a recorded webinar will sound too sales-y, which will drive away people and could reduce your overall conversions. With a recording, you cannot talk directly to the audience. So that live interaction is lost. If people know the call is recorded, they are less likely to listen at all. They will ignore it until they have time, and eventually they might forget about it altogether. Chapter 4, Sending Traffic Using FB Ads to Send Targeted Traffic, Personal Page. So you already have your big ticket funnel in place, so the next question is, how do I find high-paying clients? So in this module, I'm going to help you find targeted clients who are already looking for you. Right now, Facebook has a whopping 2.3 billion active users. Apart from using Facebook as a social media, many use it for online business. This kind of reach and connectivity makes it ideal for businesses of all sizes. Plus, Every time someone likes or shares a post, it becomes noticeable, even when your connections are offline. They will see it when they come online. This is why things get viral so easily here. The cool thing about Facebook is that people buy your products based on influence, value, and credibility that they perceive here. Plus, Facebook is the fastest way to build trust in your prospects because people will recommend a product or service they use here. This has become the digital equivalent to word-of-mouth marketing. Now, let's talk about how to be seen as an authority in Facebook. The first thing to look at is your profile picture and banner. Use your image as a way to inject personality. For example, if you are into football, you can use photos of you playing it. What makes your Facebook post juicy? It is content, of course. Value is the secret ingredient that makes the content juicy. If your post has a lot of value, it will be shared far and wide, which will help you generate massive leads. Next thing is to create an excellent post. Again, content is king. As you may have already known, your content should be relevant so that your audience can relate to it. If you were the audience, what kind of posts are you looking for? What kind of posts would you share? The answer is definitely something that demonstrates value that you can relate to. A quality post educates and provides value to the audience. Using FB ads to send targeted traffic, promoting to visitors. Did you know that if your page has 90,000 fans, you can potentially get upwards of 300,000 visitors to your website per month? Those are all leads left on the table. You will need a way to reach out to these people. One way you can broaden your audience is by promoting your business to website visitors or specific website visitors. Keep in mind that when you schedule a campaign to promote something, you should start with more than one ad set. Custom audiences is a powerful tool you can use to target this group of people. It allows you to target website visitors during the past 30 days. What you can do here is set an initial daily budget of $15 and increase the budget or stop the ad depending on performance. Sometimes, you may want to segment your custom audiences. This type of a more specialized targeting is also good because it saves cost. Now the question is, how do I target specific readers only? You can do it by following few simple steps. By using custom audiences, you can include keywords or categories to target people who have read a similar post on your site during the past 30 days. For example, if you are promoting a Batman movie, and you know there are a bunch of things about Batman out there, you know you should include it in your URL. Next is to create a custom audience for people whose interest is Batman, so you would only target Batman fans. This way of promoting is very rewarding since it only targets specific website visitors. Using FB ads to send targeted traffic, promoting to other groups. Next, it's time to promote your content to other groups. With so many active groups on Facebook, you can find a group for any kind of interest. This step is essential to build networking opportunities. These groups present the opportunity to meet more people because there are only so many people you can reach out to in real life. On Facebook, your audience can be in the billions. You should track down only groups within your industry so you can better connect with potential customers. This makes your business more visible and grows faster. Next, start promoting to other groups because you don't want to keep promoting to the same group of people. For this, you can use advanced demographics, behaviors, interests, and lookalike audiences. You can accomplish this by using audience insights to break down the audiences to get a better idea of the demographics, behaviors, and interests you should be targeting on. You can find out things like education level, preferred payment method, marital status, and even annual income. For lookalike audiences, you can target people whose behaviors are similar to your fans. Making your Facebook page a high-ticket magnet. When making your Facebook a high-ticket client magnet, it is important to have a strong brand positioning strategy. This means standing out from the crowd and differentiating yourself from your competition. So how do you create a strong brand positioning strategy? As always, the very first thing that catches your attention when it comes to Facebook profile is the profile picture and cover photo. Hence, your branding starts with this. It should speak to the brand and be relevant. This means you are serving what your target market is aware of. Consistency is also essential. Avoid talking about irrelevant things. Is there any particular image or message you want to pass to your people, or is it just something funny, unrelated, or confusing to your audience? Therefore, you need to be sure that the message from your Facebook profile picture is cohesive. Generally, brand yourself as someone professional, credible, charismatic, and an authority of your field. Consistency leads to brand recognition, which fuels customer loyalty. Hence, the strongest brand positioning efforts are the ones with a focused message. This brings clarity to your identity overall. Next is asking yourself, how would I like to be approached? Here, always deliver value or demonstrate values before selling, because clients always buy from people whom they trust or like. The headline for your post is crucial in determining whether the audience spends time going through your entire post or otherwise. Thus, the headline must be attention-grabbing, or you will lose potential customers. The opening sentence is where you share and briefly explain what your campaign is all about. Next is the qualifier, which plays an important role in your writing, giving your reader clues about how good a fit will they be to what you are offering. The content is where the meat and potatoes is. This is where you demonstrate your value the most. Here, you can educate or share your experiences with your readers to allow readers to know more about you. Once you have demonstrated that you have value, you can now proceed to the offer. This can take a number of different forms, including announcing the launch of your latest product, showcasing some of the latest products in your stock, as well as an offer or special promotion. Next is the make or break part, the call to action. An effective call to action is an essential part of any campaigns you are running. Every campaign should have an objective, whether filling in a contact form, sending a private message on Facebook, getting on a call, signing up for a course, or even downloading a bonus offer. A call to action provides direction to users, focus to your site, as well as a way to measure your site's success. Hence, it is important you create an effective call to action. Product launches. When talking about HighTicket, one cannot deny that having their own product is a must. This is because you have 100% control over it in terms of content, volume, quality, expertise, and finally the price. In this sense, your own product doesn't necessarily mean you need to write a book. You can create your own high-level training program, a video course, or even one-on-one coaching program with your respective clients. So, why do product launches? One major benefit is the publicity it gets for you and your company. You will be able to gain attention from your prospects to take notice of what we are offering. If the product is exactly what the market needs, the impact to your business will be immense. Simply said, this not only leads to larger customer base and more sales for the newly launched product, it is also the fastest way to build a quality buyers list consisting of highly targeted, quality people who have no problems shelling out huge amounts of money for your offerings. Take note that those who purchase your launched products would most likely purchase your other products as well, if it is positioned as a funnel. Plus, if you do product launches, you just found the quickest way to build your brand and authority. See it this way, a business that launches quality products that cater to a demand very well will be seen as the authority figure of the topic. This means your business will be seen as experienced and credible, which leads to, you guessed it, more people willing to pay you huge sums for quality offers. Thus, with multiple successful product launches, you will be perceived as an expert and authority. The impact it will do to your business will be enormous. I truly hope this module encouraged you to start taking action and do product launches. Chapter 5, it's all about strategies closing the sale. At this stage, your buyer probably has a good idea of what to expect from how your product can help him, so it's time you learn how to properly close the sale. When your prospect gives you a call, he will talk to you about his plans and his expectations. This is where you have to understand exactly what he is looking for and how you can help him. Start coming up with a success plan for him and present it to him after he has finished talking. At this point, the prospect would be interested in your offer, and then you give him details of your coaching program. After he understands what he can get, ask him 2 questions. 1. Can I help you with that? 2. When can we start? The first question is to ensure he's ready to take action, and the second is so that he can prepare himself. These questions will test whether or not he will buy your coaching program. When closing the sale, take note to avoid technical details such as upsells or funnels. These details should only be explained after he has enrolled in your program. Instead, emphasize on the benefits he can enjoy and the materials he can access if he does enroll. Following up to save the sale. What do you do when your prospect says he will get back to you about your offer, but never does? You follow up with him, but without sounding like you are a pushy salesperson. If you don't hear back from him in the first 24 hours, contact him and ask him if everything is all right. He will likely reply and explain why he didn't get back to you. If another 24 hours pass without hearing from him, send him a message asking him whether or not he has made his decision. Note that till this point, you are still not being pushy. If 72 hours pass without an answer, then try one last time. Offer him a lower price as a one-time offer, and if he still doesn't reply, then you know he is clearly not interested. For example, "Hey there, just checking if you're still interested in this program. We have a special deal for you at a lowered price, so sign up now to enjoy this special offer." Bear in mind that you have to keep following up with your prospect, because if you don't, you may lose him to another coach. Scheduling appointments with prospects are important. I will teach you 3 popular ways, namely Skype, phone, and Google Hangouts, and show you 2 tools to help you schedule appointments. Skype allows voice calls, video calls, as well as instant messaging. It's available on PCs, laptops, phones, and tablets so long as there is an internet connection. Skype to Skype calls are free of charge, while calls over telephone networks are charged through Skype credit. The advantage of Skype is that it's free to use. They also offer cheap landline calls domestically from US and Canada at a rate of $2.99 per month, whereas pay-as-you-use plan costs 23 cents per minute. However, you may experience some low-quality connection with presence of noise and delay, as it depends on your internet connection. You have to make sure your internet speed is good before you begin your call. Google Hangouts. This is the same as Skype, except that if you have a Google Voice number and Google Hangouts enabled, you can receive and make phone calls. Calls from anywhere to the US and Canada are free. Same as Skype, Google Hangouts requires a good internet connection, and you will have some sound quality issues if you have a slow internet connection, so you need to be aware of that. Phone. The most popular way of making appointments. The sound quality is always great and it is easy to reach your prospect. The only con is that it is expensive. Calls between 2 people halfway across the world can reach up to $20 an hour, which is super expensive compared to Skype, where it's only $1.38 an hour. Tools to schedule appointments. Here are 2 tools to help you schedule your appointments. TimeTrade. TimeTrade is a scheduling software that engages your prospects and compels them to schedule a time with you. By including a button in your emails that allows your prospects to schedule an appointment, you can easily increase your rate of appointments. TimeTrade is powered by technology from TimeTrade Systems, the leading provider of appointment solutions to some of the world's best-known organizations. TimeTrade starts at $6.50 per user per month for small businesses, while higher-end services with more features cost $29 per month per user. Appointlet. Another great tool is Appointlet. You can use it on any device, and payments from customers are billed through Stripe. Appointlet has a free version and a paid version at $8 per month per user. I would recommend TimeTrade as it has more features and it's used by companies all around the world. Clearing the prospect's doubts. If you've done everything right up till this point, then your prospect will show interest in your program. And it's only natural that they would have some doubts. Let's look at how to overcome the 3 most common doubts. I don't have enough money. This is the most popular phrase people use. In this case, offer them an installment plan of 2 payments where they will already get the full service after the first payment. Bear in mind not to use the word discount in your offer. Rather, use the word scholarship instead. For example, I understand that it's a bit expensive, so here's a one-time scholarship of $200 for you, but only if you act now. It's also good to continue to emphasize the value and benefits that they can enjoy if they enroll in your program to reinforce their decision to buy. I'm unsure about it. Here, you need to hit their soft spots. If your prospect is a single mom, mention her kids and ask her how she pays for her children's living expenses. Another good reply is to ask, if not now, then when? Make it clear to your prospect that change starts from them and they need to take the first step to change their lives for the better. Give me time to think about it. This is evident that your prospect does not see the true value of what he can get. Continue to emphasize on all that he can enjoy if he enrolls, and it's beneficial to bring up your past students' success from your coaching program. Another good tactic is to use the scarcity factor, which leverages on the prospect's sense of urgency. There is a limited time offer and it may not be available again, so it makes them feel like they have to take fast action. How to qualify your leads. Now, you will learn the right way to sell your program to your prospects when you're on a call with them. Firstly, you would have to qualify your leads. This basically means that you have to set an expectation with them as to what kind of customer you are looking for. This boosts your conversion rates massively. It's important to reveal your prices in the webinar so that they would not have any objections once they reach this stage. Also, not everyone can afford high prices, so this acts as a filter to filter out those who are not in your target market, and it prepares them to accept the high prices. Next, reveal who this is suitable for. You want to let the prospect know who your ideal client looks like and who are the people that you want to work with. The application form will be the last stage your prospect goes through before scheduling a call, so ask him descriptive questions like what is your target monthly profit, or who is your ideal customer, so that you can get to know him and what to expect for your call with him. Next, it's good to ask for a small deposit from your high price to know whether or not he is serious and willing to take action. Besides, it also tells you that he has that sort of money and he is ready to pay you for it. If your prospect's answers on the application form aren't enough, then ask him for further clarification via email. Once all is done, you can call him. Preparations for the call. Prepare a notebook to jot notes during the call. Get comfortable and be sure to use the bathroom before the call and not during the call. During the call, at the start of the call, mention that you received his application and spend 3 minutes to qualify him again. Ask him his reasons for wanting this call. Then, spend 20 to 30 minutes to get to know his business so that you will have an idea of how you can help him and his business. Then another 4 to 5 minutes discussing how you can help his business with an action plan, which is the success plan. The last few minutes should be spent for recap and closure. Difference between features and benefits. There is a saying, features tell while benefits sell. Features are defined as surface statements about your product, such as what it can do, its dimensions and specs and so on, whereas benefits are what results the buyer will get. This is important because what the buyer needs is not what he can do with your product, rather what benefits he can get from using your product. Tips for a winning call. Firstly, you need to listen to your prospect and understand what he needs so that you can accurately plan the right action steps for him to achieve his goals. Secondly, you need to be able to control the call. This means that you need to be focused and always ensure that the call is progressive rather than having the conversation being stuck or going in an irrelevant direction. Lastly, make sure that the prospect has been qualified hard to ensure a good conversion rate. You will be able to close the sale easily as you are able to meet the prospect's expectation, and even more so if he is already interested in working with you. Chapter 6, Client Care: How to Conduct Group Coaching. What is group coaching? Group coaching is a group of people come together with collective mindset, but not necessarily with same goal. The power of group coaching gives people the opportunity to learn from peers and group members. Firstly, make sure your clients are the right fit for the group coaching approach, because this requires commitment. Clients also should know why they are there at the first place. It is a journey where self-discovery and peer coaching takes place. Gather like-minded people in your sessions. By doing this, you'll be able to create more impact at lower cost, and strengthen business network and build good rapport among participants. It is best to form in small group at about 6 to 10 persons to ensure a smooth and progressive coaching session. This will make every session beneficial, as all members are focusing at the same page each time the coaching session held. Of course, make sure no consultants and experts joining the group to avoid group domination. Coaching can also be an effective method, because there will be interaction among peers. This is like role-playing or a real-life demonstration. You get to troubleshoot your style and get clarification on your strategies and techniques. This will help peers in their decision-making through experimenting new perspectives and methods. Group coaching is different from training programs and consultations. Coaching is an action-oriented program that facilitate your progress and help you aim for your desired results, so there must be some contributions and engagements like sharing, exploring problem solving, and giving ideas for others to take into consideration. This is how group coaching works in learning and gaining new knowledge. How to manage client expectation. You are almost closing the deal. Getting clients could be an easy job, but closing the deal and maintaining their expectations is a tough task. Be concerned of your clients' needs. It is where you start to build a close relationship with them. Carefully walk them through the journey step by step. Don't overdo it though. Your priority is to make your clients feel comfortable. When you have done your part well, you will definitely know what to do for helping them, not to sell them anything first until the foundation of trust is built. Transparency is where you build trust. Take care of it, and you can build a long-lasting relationship with your clients. Only make promises that you can keep or follow through, and do what you say you will do. If you don't know enough about the discussed subject matter, tell them that you will do your research and follow up on the topic later. Be a counselor and a good listener to your clients. Developing a strong personal relationship with your clients can help your business go further. When you understand your clients on a personal level, you will able to upgrade it into a business relationship. Listen closely to their needs, and don't keep promoting or boasting about what you can do for them. Clients only want to know how you can help them solve their problem. Be open to talks about budgeting. Although this can be a sensitive topic for your clients, you'll have to voice out this issue to ensure everything runs smoothly. Misunderstanding and dissatisfaction can be avoided this way. Take note of your client's financial standing. This gives you a better picture of what you can provide to them. Effective communication is the key to successful. This will help your business relationship to grow positively. How to scale your big-ticket business. Demand plays a major role in business expansion, but having a competent growth strategy should be part of the plan before your customer base starts to expand. If you wait until your customer base expands, it may be already too late for you to plan out your strategy. Also, the success of your business mostly comes from coming up with good high-ticket programs that are delivered systematically. This way, people will focus their attention on you and your programs, and they will be interested to follow you and be a part of what you are doing. With people's attention on you, you'll be able to build a better reputation faster. They will respect you and your expertise in your chosen niche. This will help you in getting the right, quality clients to pay premium price for your products or services. Only these clients will know the worth and value for what you can provide to them. Also, you'll be able to make a bigger impact in people's lives. It is powerful as you will realize that the more people you reach, the more people will start to commit their time and energy. And as your clients get more committed, the more likely they will achieve success.